Hi, welcome to Business Forward. This is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce, and today we're at the Happy Goat Bakery, and I'm here with Kristen McCullough. Kristen, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Kristen, we were just talking before the show, before we started recording for the show, and believe it or not, you're coming up on 6 months anniversary with the shop being open, right?
Yep, almost 6 months, the end of this month.
Perfect. Well, you've got an interesting story as to how you got into the business of this bakery, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how that ended up culminating into your business here?
I was a pastry chef for years, and even before that, I always did cakes on the side and everything. And about 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with celiac, so I found out I was gluten-free or had to go gluten-free, didn't know what was making me sick, the same story as a lot of people. And just because of that, I started baking gluten-free on the side, and this opportunity came about to open a gluten-free business, so I took that opportunity.
Excellent. Now, we're in this facility we're in is actually, give us a little bit of history on it.
Before it was Happy Goat, for many, many years, it was Candy Cottage. A lot of people recognize it as the former Candy Cottage located next to Walker Shoes. So it was a Candy Cottage for years, kind of changed hands a few times, and then now we took the opportunity to be here and kind of open a little different business, but we got some of the same, things as well, but still a lot of history.
Yeah, absolutely. So most people are familiar with the location, but talk a little bit about, as you said, you've learned how to bake through previous jobs and things like that. How long have you been kind of, I guess, honing your skills?
I've pretty much baked since I was young, clear back to when I was in 4-H. I used to do cakes and things like that. If you go way back when this was Candy Cottage, I used to took cake decorating classes here when I was really young.
Cool.
So it kind of has all come full circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Now, I know we were talking, certainly this is your business, but you've got a nice supporting group. Your family's here to help you out a lot, right?
Yes. My parents and my fiance and everybody, big help. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get to it a little bit later, but I think your folks have a business, so they actually have some things in here, right?
Yep. I work with a lot of local businesses, people putting different things in here, but my parents do have a little business they do, so they do different things like the Lancaster items and stuff like that. So.
Excellent. Well, I know we want to take an opportunity to look around the shop a little bit. We want to talk about what it means to bake gluten-free items and how that process works and what you have to do that. But why don't we take a little stroll into the front room here and look at some of the products that you have to offer?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, we're here at the Happy Goat Bakery, and I'm with Kristen McCullough, the owner-operator here, the Happy Goat. Before we get to talk a little bit about the product, we were having a pretty cool conversation before the show started. Tell me a little bit of how you got the name of the Happy Goat Bakery.
That's what a lot of people ask, like, why Happy Goat? What does that have to do with a bakery and a bulk food store? Sure. We raised goats for years when I was younger, so they're fun, they make you happy, so it was just one of those names that we were tossing around different ideas, and my sister was helping me with things, and she said, well, I got it, and I said, what? And she said, Happy Goat, and that was it.
Stuck, right?
Yep, so it's just a catchy, cute name that people remember, and, there's other businesses out there that have this kind of names. It doesn't necessarily relate to the business, but it's catchy, and you remember it. And
Yeah, good deal. Well, that's kind of a cool story. Let's talk a little bit about some of the different things we have here. We're in the front room of the shop here, and we've got bulk items here. I think there's seasonings and spices. Maybe talk a little bit about what some of those are.
Yeah, we got all kinds of different bulk foods. We got lots of herbs and spices. So even if people aren't gluten-free, and that's why I tell people that you don't have to be gluten-free to shop here. Even if you're not gluten-free, you can still enjoy the baked goods and stuff. But I have a lot of people that shop for a lot of the herbs and the spices, lots of different. I do have gluten-free flours, nostalgic candies. So lots of different bulk foods. Beans and rice and stuff like that.
Well, I also noticed, and we were having this conversation as well, you have a lot of the base ingredients for, there's noodles here. I see soup mixes. Where do some of these come from?
I source a lot of them from mainly a bulk food vendor.
Okay.
So I get most of them from them. And then there's a few companies, for instance, the noodles that I carry. They are a gluten-free noodle. They come from Amish country.
Okay.
So, I try to work with some companies that are, more local if I can. Different things like that. Few organic products and stuff like that. So we're always looking for, if customers are trying to find something and they come in here looking for it, I'll see if I can track it down for them.
Gotcha.
So.
Now I also see a fairly good stock of beans and rices. And...
Yeah, all kinds of different beans and rice, and some of those that you can't necessarily find in the store, or just see your basics, brown rice, white rice, stuff like that. So people come in to stock up on it here. Whether you want a pound or 10 pounds, we can get you what you need. So.
Gotcha. Okay, so you do special orders for
Yeah,
larger...
if people are looking for something, I have special ordered. If someone's looking for something and I have a way to get it, I will do what I can to get it for them. So.
Okay. Now, I see some good snack foods here. Potato chips, crackers, things like that. How about those? Are those gluten-free?
A lot of them, almost everything I have here is gluten-free or naturally gluten-free. But again, the potato chips are a really popular seller. We just got in not too long ago. Mm-hmm. They're naturally gluten-free, but they are certified gluten-free as well. Okay. Non-GMO, so some people are looking for that kind of thing. Okay. So all kinds of options for people to choose from.
Now, also, so we've talked a lot about spices and ingredients here, but you also you mentioned the cake decorating piece, and this again used to be Candy Cottage, and they had some of those supplies, but it looks like you've carried on the tradition of having some of those supplies here as well.
Not the extent that they used to have, of course, but we do have your basic boxes, your boards, extracts, sprinkles. I do have a lot of people come in that just want, a custom blend of sprinkles. So if I have the different colors, and I'll mix them up for you and get you exactly what you need. So.
Okay. All right. And lots of candies as well. I see a lot of I noticed that you carry kind of like those old-fashioned candies, the ones that you just see all over.
From your childhood.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgic candies, gummy bears, different out in the front. I have different bulk candies that you can pick up, and not necessarily penny candy anymore, but that kind of concept. So,
sure.
But yeah, a lot of. I remember I used to have this when I was a kid, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I also noticed there were some other things that were kind of like non-food item related. You have cutting boards and all kinds of different things.
Yeah, we've got different. We try to work with local vendors, but we do have like different cutting boards that you can get custom engraved for weddings or gifts and things like that. We have local honey, so a lot of different companies that we try to work with local people, and always expanding and always.
Fantastic. That's great. Well, I tell you, I know that we've got an opportunity to look at a lot of the different things you have here. I know we want to move back out to the other side of the shop again and talk about a little bit about what it is to have a gluten-free kitchen and some of the different things it takes to be certified with that as well. Why don't we head out that way?
All right. Sounds good.
Hi, welcome to the Young Professionals segment, this part of the show. And this is brought to you by Cryo Communications. And today's guests, we have Justin and Kate Bruce with Bruce Chiropractic. How you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're glad you're on. Got a brand new business you're going to start in town. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's get a little history on you guys. Now, you're local to the Lancaster community, correct?
Yes, I grew up here. I've lived here my whole life. Graduated from Fisher Catholic.
Okay.
Went on to go to school at the University of Dayton, and then on to chiropractic school in St. Louis after that.
Okay. How about you, Justin?
Also went to Fisher Catholic. Spent some time at Ohio University and been working in sales and marketing ever since.
Okay, fantastic. Now, after school then, moved back, or were you ever away, or did you stay in town?
We moved to St. Louis while I was in school there.
Okay.
And then we came back once I graduated this past December. Now we're here opening our new business.
Perfect. And let's talk about Bruce Chiropractic a little bit. So this is going to be a new downtown business, which we're really excited about. Neighbors to the Chamber of Commerce. I think I can see your office across the street there. But talk a little bit about what we're going to offer there.
Yeah, a new chiropractic office downtown, right across from where the lodge used to be. We're really excited to be down there offering chiropractic care to the local community.
Absolutely. And when you talk chiropractic care, full line of services there?
Yes, we're going to do chiropractic adjustments, also class 4 laser therapy, intersegmental traction table. We can do a lot to help out.
Excellent. And Justin, a little bit about you. So you're in marketing right now?
Correct. Yep. I travel nationwide doing some marketing. I will be marketing for Bruce Chiropractic. And,
of course you will. Yeah.
Yes, we've already been doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll continue to do that and then help her grow this business as well.
Excellent. And doors are going to open for
March 1st.
March 1st?
Grand opening, yep.
Excellent. Well, we're excited to partner with you there on that as well. We're doing a ribbon cutting over there. So you have to come check these guys out downtown. How about, we're not working all the time, but I know you have a little one that you had in our office the other day, so I'm sure that keeps you busy, right?
Oh, yes. 3-month-old. He's a ton of fun.
Uh-huh. Excellent. And what do you guys like to do in your free time? If there is any free time with a 3-month-old.
Yeah,
right?
what's free time?
Yeah.
We like to play golf. We go out together and play, and
Okay.
most of our time is spent with little Carter.
Yeah.
That's changed our world.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show today and look forward to working with you at the Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, folks, again, this has been the Young Professionals segment brought to you by Cryo Communications.
As a company of young professionals, Cryo Communications is proud to sponsor this segment. We specialize in helping businesses and organizations get the right message to the right audience, at the right time, and in the right way. To learn more about Cryo Communications and how they can help you with your communication needs, visit them at cryocommunications.com.
The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster or 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Business Forward Ribbon Cuttings is brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Locations in Lancaster and Baltimore. Visit them at their website at funeralhome.com.
Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, this is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce, and we're here at the Happy Goat Bakery, again with Kristen McCullough, and back out in the front room here. And we wanted to zero in, actually, on a few of the items you have here, and then we want to talk about the kitchen facility. But as you can see, we mentioned some of the things earlier that you're carrying from local vendors, the cutting boards, honey. These are all locally sourced, right?
Yep, like we have a lot of, the cutting boards aren't made locally necessarily, but I work with local vendors to get them from. But yes, the honey is local. The company's based out of Groveport, and they've got all kinds of different really cool items, some different soaps and stuff like that too. And custom, we can even do like custom trivets and coasters and things like that too.
And you can come in and get your baked goods, but you can also walk out with hand-knitted gloves and headbands, right?
Yep, there's a lady that she actually lives not too far from here that does the headbands and the gloves. And even though it's spring, right now it's so cold, you still need them.
Yep.
But different ornaments and stuff like that too. So always adding different stuff.
Yeah.
And
Plenty of Ohio University gear in here
yes,
too,
have
right?
to represent OU.
All right.
We don't forget about Ohio University. So
Absolutely.
everybody has OSU stuff, so we
Yeah,
try to
absolutely.
represent.
Very cool. Well, I tell you what, I think even this morning you made some fresh goods here, right over here on the counter. Let's take a look at those. Maybe you want to let the audience know exactly what some of these items are and how you go about producing those.
Yeah, each week we have different specials. We'll like run a weekly special, and then each day or week it kind of varies what we have. We'll always have cupcakes, cookies. One of the big things right now that people love is the oatmeal cream pies.
Absolutely.
So those started out as a special about a month ago, and people love them. And if I find something that people always like, I'll continue to make it. We got like banana bread, muffins, so just all kinds of different things. Different weeks we'll have brownies, blondies.
Yep, it all looks delicious. Now, a lot of people that are watching maybe are in charge of ordering catering or for special events and things like that. You do things like that,
Yep,
right?
yep. We can do even if you need half a dozen cupcakes or you need 200 cupcakes or cookies. We work with local businesses if they have an event. Like I said, even if the people aren't gluten-free, they just want a hometown bakery, stuff that was made from scratch. I do bake everything here in-house. It is a dedicated gluten-free kitchen, but even if you're not gluten-free, I just have a lot of people that still enjoy it.
Yeah, it's delicious. I've tried it before. Let's talk about the dedicated gluten-free kitchen. What does it take to have a dedicated gluten-free kitchen?
Basically, what we do here is, when I started the business, I purchased everything brand new, so there's no cross contact, because for some people, gluten-free, they don't have to be gluten-free to enjoy it, but for people like me, I was diagnosed with celiac, so even a cross contact of other things could make me sick.
Just leftover residue or
Of
dust
flour
the
from other
flour?
things, yeah.
Okay.
So we do bake only gluten-free here. We don't stray from that. And we do like if people ask for dairy-free, different things like that, we can accommodate that too. But for a lot of people, gluten-free is the way they have to. It's not necessarily a trend for them.
But your kitchen in this case has never had any contact with any
Nope,
of
we
those
keep
flours.
everything gluten-free in here, so that way a lot of people like myself that have to be gluten-free know they can come in and get a treat that's going to be safe for them. So
Absolutely. Talk to us a little bit about your shop here, the hours of operation.
we are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 2.
Okay, all right. Special events and things like that? Anything coming up?
We are approaching our 6-month anniversary, so hopefully we're going to have some pretty cool things going on with that. A lot of people follow us on Facebook,
Okay.
where they can go to our website, but a lot of people, I always post like what I have going on, different specials, so that's kind of where a lot of people kind of find out what's going on Facebook. So, and on Saturdays, we do donuts on Saturdays.
Okay.
They're a baked donut, but they are gluten-free, and I've had people drive from Granville and Newark. They
Wow.
come in here and they said, lady come in last week and said, I need a gluten-free donut, and she drove all the way from Granville. So,
Perfect. Good deal. Those are the type of customers you want that are
Yes.
willing to drive over, right?
yep. But even people stopping in, like I said, that aren't gluten-free, they just want something. So,
Yep, absolutely. Well, I tell you, that kind of winds down our show here. It's been a pleasure being in your shop, and
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, come out, see Kristen, help her celebrate 6 months already in business, and we do appreciate your Chamber of Commerce membership, and I'm glad that we have the partnership.
yep. Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right, folks, so that wraps up our show today. Again, you've been watching Business Forward. This is a production of Interface Video in partnership with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce.